Sex, Intrigue and Betrayal are coming back to Broadway. Christopher Hampton's scandalous LIAISONS Dangereuses will begin performances next month at the Booth Theatre. Today we're at New 42nd Street Studios to catch up with headliners Janet McTeer, Liev Schreiber and more. So are you ready to bring Sex, Intrigue and Betrayal back to Broadway?
I don't think Sex, Intrigue and Betrayal ever left Broadway.
Who isn't interested in sex and love and intrigue and nasty people?
Now, for those who know nothing about LIAISONS, where's it set?
So it's set in 18th century Paris, and it's based on a famous novel by a guy called Chaudereau de la Clos, which is about as easy to pronounce as Les Liaisons Dangereuses, or Dangerous Liaisons, I guess, is more straightforward.
It does take place right before the French Revolution, where everything, all of these foibles and all of this grand way of living was about to come to an end. Maybe not unlike the times we're living in.
People love to love hateful people, and they are both hateful and evil and damaged, and yet somehow you love them.
In the play, I feel like there's this underlying tension. We feel like something's going to happen soon. This lifestyle can't sustain itself much longer. It's just so, flawed. It can't survive. It's doomed. So I think it's a really spicy time that this play is set in.
And they're all very naughty, aren't they?
They're very, very bad people. And there's some innocence, like myself. I am an innocent character who is drawn into their naughty games, yes.
You've cast as these two aristocrats, Janet McTeer and Liev Schreiber, which must be a dream. Obviously Janet did it in London, but it must be heaven for you.
Well, it's great to have two aristocrats of the theatre playing two Parisian aristocrats of the 18th century. I mean, they're titans. It's amazing.
How's it been working with your Vicomte de Valmont this time?
Oh, he's great. We spent an awful lot of time laughing, rather too much, I suspect. But he's great. He's great. He's so intelligent. He's so clever. He's so sexy. He's so inventive and creative, and he's just brilliant.
Have you seen your costumes yet?
Yes, I have. They are absolutely incredible. They're so... First of all, it is, speaking of the era, it's the age of the corset, so we're all corseted up. I had never worn a corset before in my life, and let me tell you, that was an interesting experience. Did us ladies suffer for the men? I mean... And another thing is the shapely derrieres. That is a butt pad. I did not realize. I thought that they all had luscious booties, like just had Kardashian-level butts, like nobody's business.
What do you hope audiences take away with them from this show?
I hope that they have a sense of like beauty and lavishness that they walk away with, that they can savor. I hope that they can relate a little bit in some tales of passion in their own lives.
It's impossible to watch this play and not think about your own relationships, your own romantic or sexual history, the choices that you've made. It's a great and very exciting fulcrum within which to imagine and consider yourself and your own choices.
It is really fun, and it deals a lot with people pretending to be something on the outside and actually being something else on the inside. And I think that is something that is both universal and timeless, but maybe especially today with all the social media we have, there is such a sense of self-staging. And I think we all know when we post stuff and there's a filter on it, it's like, a very, very nice version of ourselves, and maybe sometimes really a lie. And I think people tap into that with this because it exposes that.
This piece continues to surprise you. It continues to be very topical in its storytelling. And with this show, you can just think about it for days. You could talk about it forever. We could be working on this for months because there's so many little moving parts to it. Christopher Hampton is just a genius.
To me, the most interesting stories are psychological stories, like studies of the human mind and how we operate, why we do the things we do. And I think this really takes a deep look at that. And that's from the brilliance of Christopher Hampton and Chaudereau de la Clos.
I think it also speaks to our desire to understand love and the complexity of relationships, and the duplicity of human nature in that kind of fraught situation, which is the desperate state of being in love.